The Boeing 747, often referred to as the Queen of the Skies, is one of the most iconic aircraft in aviation history. For decades, it has carried millions of passengers across continents, earning a reputation for its reliability and grandeur. But even this legendary aircraft has faced moments of peril that left passengers, crew, and the world holding their breath. This is the story of a terrifying near crash involving a Boeing 747 in the heart of Europe. A flight that started as an ordinary journey quickly descended into chaos, leaving those on board in fear for their lives. It was a routine day for the crew and passengers as they boarded the massive aircraft. Families, business travelers, and tourists filled the cabin, settling into their seats for what should have been a smooth flight across Europe. The weather was clear, and all systems appeared to be functioning perfectly as the plane taxied to the runway. As the engines roared to life and the 747 began its takeoff roll, there was no indication of a nightmare that was about to unfold. The aircraft lifted off gracefully, climbing into the sky with the power and majesty that had made the 747 a symbol of modern aviation. But just minutes into the flight, something went wrong. Passengers near the windows noticed an unusual vibration in the wings, and the sound of the engines began to change, a low, unsettling rumble that grew louder with each passing second. Then, without warning, the plane lurched violently, throwing passengers and crew against their seats. Panic spread quickly through the cabin. Overhead compartments rattled, some bursting open and spilling their contents into the aisles. The seatbelt signs flashed urgently, and the flight attendants scrambled to calm the terrified passengers. In the cockpit, the pilots were fighting to regain control of the aircraft. Alarms blared as the 747 began to lose altitude. The captain, an experienced aviator with thousands of flight hours under his belt, quickly assessed the situation. One of the engines had failed catastrophically, causing a chain reaction that affected the plane's stability. To make matters worse, the aircraft was flying over a densely populated area. The pilots knew that any misstep could result in a disaster of unimaginable proportions. They needed to act fast. Using all their training and expertise, the crew worked to stabilize the plane. They shut down the malfunctioning engine, rerouted power to the remaining engines, and adjusted the aircraft's trajectory to avoid populated areas. Every decision was critical. Every second mattered. Meanwhile, in the cabin, the passengers braced for the worst. Some clutched their seats, others held hands with loved ones, and many whispered prayers. The tension was palpable, the fear overwhelming. As the plane descended, the pilots prepared for an emergency landing. They contacted air traffic control, declaring an emergency and requesting immediate clearance to land at the nearest airport. The controllers sprang into action, clearing the airspace and guiding the 747 toward a runway large enough to accommodate the massive aircraft. The approach was harrowing. With one engine out and the plane's system struggling to compensate, the 747 wobbled precariously as it neared the runway. The pilots, fully aware of the risks, maintained their focus, executing a series of precise maneuvers to bring the plane safely to the ground. When the wheels finally touched down, the cabin erupted in a mix of cheers and tears. The passengers and crew had survived a brush with disaster, thanks to the skill and composure of the pilots and the resilience of the aircraft. In the aftermath, investigators worked tirelessly to determine the cause of the engine failure. Their findings revealed a combination of factors, including mechanical wear and tear and a rare but devastating bird strike during takeoff. These revelations led to changes in maintenance protocols and flight operations to prevent similar incidents in the future. For the passengers and crew, the experience was life-changing. Many described it as the most terrifying moment of their lives, a reminder of the fragility of human existence and the extraordinary skill required to keep modern aviation safe. This near crash of a Boeing 747 in the heart of Europe serves as a stark reminder of the challenges faced by those who work in the aviation industry. It highlights the importance of rigorous training, cutting-edge technology, and constant vigilance in ensuring the safety of air travel. Today, the story of this flight is not just a tale of terror, It's also a testament to the strength of the human spirit. It's a story of courage, resilience, and the unwavering commitment of those who dedicate their lives to keeping the skies safe. As we reflect on this event, let us not forget the lessons it teaches us. Air travel, while remarkably safe, is not without its risks. Behind every flight are countless individuals working tirelessly to prevent disasters and ensure that every journey ends as it should, with a safe landing. The Boeing 747 remains an icon of aviation, a symbol of human ingenuity and ambition. But even the Queen of the Skies is a reminder that in the face of nature and technology, we are all vulnerable. It is through understanding, preparation, and perseverance that we continue to reach new heights.